How's it going, guys? It's Burgers here and welcome to another Heroes of History Epic Empire video. Today is going to be interesting because we're going to make a tier list of the heroes of the manipulators. Now, personally, I really love these guys, the manipulators, even though that the majority of the cases they're not doing damage, but they are very, how to say, in great help in every fight in this game. So I'm going to start from the C tier going up to the S tier. Obviously the S tier is going to be the best heroes in Heroes of History Epic Empire, till the C tier is going to be, well, not that strong heroes, let's say it like this. Now the heroes currently that we're having, that we're going to measure is going to be Benjamin Franklin. Right now, the new hero in the game, Myhairi, that I actually get, by the way. The other hero is going to be Medusa. This is the one I actually have. Lady Six Sky, Cleopatra, Vogan Amadeus Mozart, Helen of Troy, Napoleon, Nostradamus, and Catherine de Medici. This is going to be the heroes that we're going to rank in our tier list. So I'm not going to speak anymore. Let's directly actually jump over the first one, and the first one is going to be Nostradamus. Now Nostradamus is going to be a C tier. I really hope you guys actually see the little icon I have of these heroes, but yeah. Now why put there Nostradamus? Well, he's good, I can say, in the arena, but it's not good anywhere else. Maybe it's going to be good to show you the skills of this bad boy. Nostradamus is going to be good in the arena. This is basically his ability. Next time an enemy use their ability deals 400%, but again, this is more like for the arena hero. And the initial charge, the regular charge, is very bad. I'm not going to go that much in deep, okay? I'm not going to make a full review of the hero, but yeah, this is one of the main reasons I actually put Nostradamus there. Just a couple more words is why he is failing. Basically requires enemy to use ability first, so here we're not actually having any kind of control. 1.1 seconds initial charge, this is extremely slow, and it's actually a reactive playstyle, which you can actually rely on this hero because he's actually reactive. Why this is inefficient? You depend on enemy behavior. Fights are decided before he activates because he's slow. This is the main point. So yeah, this is the first C tier that I put. This is going to be for Nostradamus. Now let's jump over the next C tier. It's again going to be a C tier. Now this may actually surprise some people, but I'm going to put Benjamin Franklin there. Now why this bad boy I decided to put him there? Let me just show you the Benjamin Franklin. I actually have him. It's on level 1, and there is a reason he's level 1. Now, yeah. Now, where he is good, obviously, is going to be in the arena, but in all other places, I believe he's not going to be that good fit. Now, why he failed? Ability block is strong, but it's actually too late. Now, initial charge 7.2, but regular charge is absolutely crazy slow. 7.2 initial charge is still slow, to be fair. If you check it out, even some other heroes, you're going to see 7 seconds is little behind the average one, but the regular charge is the regular charge is crazy. 16 seconds. Also, no scaling, no damage. This is the other thing that we have to mention for Benjamin Franklin. Why he's inefficient? Control that come too late. If your control comes too late, your hero is basically useless at the end of the day. and faster team kill you before value. So yeah, you basically die before you actually bring some value, or your teammates are dying before you actually bring some value. That's why I decide to put Benjamin Franklin as a C tier. Now from there we're jumping over the B tier. And the first B tier hero is going to be Lady Six Sky. This is the first B tier. Whew. Okay, now let me also show her. I mean, I really like when I explain something so people can actually see what I'm talking about. So yeah, this is the lady. Now let's talk about her, where she's going to be very good in the treasure hunt. She's going to be very good in the treasure hunt. Campaigning, I can say something like this. But Arena and Tesla Storm is not her places. So yeah, one hero can be extremely good at some specific sector or specific campaigning, which is completely fine. Even though that if you have struggles in the treasure hunt and you see this hero, even though that she's a B tier, is going to help you buy a lot in the treasure hunt, and this is a place dominated by her, you can actually go and invest in her. Here is more like the tier list overall picture of the hero. So the treasure hunt is no issue, campaigning, and the Arena and Tesla Storm is not actually the place for her. Why she's weak? Let's say from there. To them, absorb damage look useful, but no real damage or scaling. This is what we have to point that, yeah, it's 1000 to them is actually looking very nice, especially on the level 40, but there is no damage or scaling. That's why I actually put her on B, even though that this type of heroes can be considered as a very solid support heroes, but you know, I decide that the hero should be valuable all across the sectors. Let's say it like this. Now, why this inefficient, let's say, is defensive value doesn't win fights. No tempo, no pressure. Because in the Tesla Storm, you're having timing. You know, you have some timer. In the arena, if you let the enemy execute their spells way too much time and not actually killing the enemy heroes, they're going to kill you. And same for the campaigning. I can say in the treasure hunt, this is a very good, especially in the how to say it, where there is a lot of mobs. Okay, when there is a lot of troops, no heroes there. Same for the campaigning, let's say. So that's why she is looking very tanky at the end of the day. So yeah. This is one of the main reasons I decide to put her at the B tier. The other B tier is going to be Helen of Troy. Now, where is Helen of Troy? This is going to be the other B tier. I'm going to give, of course, a couple words why I decide to go there. I'm going to actually show her. Just so people can see the spell. Now this is the Helen of Troy. Now Helen of Troy, where she is good, is so in the treasure hunt, and is also so for the campaigning. From first look, is looking like one idea less from the Lady Six Sky as a B tier. So even the B tiers is not like exactly the same, but I can say Helen of Troy is going to be good in some situation, the treasure hunt and the campaigning. Not that good in the arena and not that good in the Tesla Storm. Now, why she's weak? She's someone plus defense, shred sound good. You know, someone plus defense, shred sounds good, but impact is delayed. The efficiency is slow setup, which is tempo loose. So what she's doing, someone throwing water with some HP, that's nice. The HP is very solid, maybe at level 40 is going to be more nice. Close to 2k of her maximum HP, of her base damage, attack equal to 100%, blah blah blah. But again, the water single damage to the nearest enemy. This single damage is very small. The water is fine, it's increasing the defense because you have one troop in extra on the battlefield, which is having pretty decent HP. But at the end of the day, it's still not supporting the kill, the fast killing. And this is something that we also look. It's going to increase the survivability, but this water do close to 300% single damage is not something absolutely crazy, if I can say it like this. Still, it's a good one, but yeah, that's why she's a B tier in my opinion. So yeah, Helen of Troy is going to be a B tier. Let's jump over the next hero, and we're going to jump to the first A tier, and this is going to be Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon, where is Napoleon? This is going to be the first A tier. Now, why? Okay, let me just show you Napoleon. By the way, I have a lot of experience with Napoleon. It was actually my first legendary hero back in the days before I lose my account. And I was very happy with the Napoleon, I'm not gonna lie. So, why he's A tier? Where he is very strong in the arena and in treasure hunt is he's going to be very solid. In some of the campaigns he's going to be very solid, but not that solid in the Tesla Storm. It's not going to be that good in the Tesla Storm. Now, why he's good? Debuff kit. What he's doing is doing this area of damage to enemy within the radius of 3. By the way, 3 is very solid one. Reduce the accuracy of the target by 5%. Obviously on level 40 is going to be 15% reducing the accuracy. Reduce the attack of 15% of his attack. And movement speed by 50% and increase invasion of all allies by 15%. Invasion is a chance to avoid some incoming damage of the basic attack, single damage, and area of damage. So this bad boy is a very, very, very solid one. Very solid one. And that's why this is actually multi-debuff kit that he's having. Reduce the enemy power significantly. Adds team survivability. This is the invasion. Even when he's awakened, I think at level 3, yeah, at level 4, 2 is having this invasion for himself, extra 15%. So I can say, oh my god, I can say Napoleon is a very solid hero. That's why I actually put him as A tier. Now, why this is a limited, no damage scaling at the end of the day, doesn't finish fights, but it's a great debuffer. That's why he is on A place, let's say it like this. Now, from Napoleon as A tier, let's jump over the second A tier, and this is going to be Catherine de Medici. Catherine de Medici is going to be the next A tier. Obviously, I'm going to show you this hero. Oh my god. Let me just remove this thing. Yeah. So Catherine, where is the Catherine? Catherine de Medici. Yeah, what she's doing. Why I decided to put her as an A tier. Now, where she's good at. Tesla Storm, very strong, very solid in the Tesla Storm. Just because, first of all, yeah, I don't think I have to explain why, but increasing the damage over time effect is crazy. So very strong in the Tesla Storm. In the Treasure Hunt is very strong. It's very strong in some campaignings. Not that strong in the arena. Let's say it like this. It's not actually hero for the arena. Now, why she is good? Boost the dot damage by 25%. On level 40, total damage, blah blah blah. Increase the damage from damage over time effect the target received by 25%. Now, this includes poison damage, bleeding damage, and burn damage. Now imagine how much she's going to increase Robin Hood bleeding damage. Or I don't remember what kind of other damage this bad boy was having, but yeah. And also she's a red one. Menace is also a red one, which, you know, for the Tesla Storm is absolutely wild. This is very, very solid hero. Excellent for boss fighting. Now, why this is actually limited, by the way, is requesting the damage over time team. Now, dot is damage over time team. And weak, she's weak in the fast PvP fights. I think this is the weak point of of this hero, because you need her to use her spell, and from there you actually benefit from this damage over time. That's why I actually don't put her as a S tier, and I decide to put her as A tier. This is this hero. Okay, so let's jump over the next hero that is going to be A tier, and this is going to be my favorite one. And this is that I was for so long I was expecting that she's actually a S tier, but I decided to put her as a A tier, and yes, I'm talking about the Medusa. Medusa for me is also a tier. Now let me explain why I actually decide to put Medusa as a tier, even though that I'm very close to make her like level 40. The spell, one of my favorite heroes, I'm not gonna lie. Now where she is good in the treasure hunt, no issue there. In the campaigning, no issue there. In the arena, no issue there. And in Tesla Storm, I can say so. Now, for me, Medusa is between S and A tier. Till the previous heroes was actually an A tier. Medusa is between S and A tier, but I decided to put her as a A tier. So we already know where she's good, why she's so good. AoE, poison plus stun, and this is good sustained damage. Now, yeah, people are only looking for this 2.5% stun the target, but the poison damage 512 is crazy. Is very crazy. So far I didn't actually look that much how much I benefit from this attack speed reduction, but I can definitely see the impact of the poison and the stun, which is absolutely wild. Very, very solid hero, let's say it like this. And that's why I think she's between S and S tier and A tier, but I decided to put her A tier. Now, where is the limitation of these heroes? She's slower than the S tier heroes. Now, she's having this initial charge, which is great for the arena, but after this, the regular charge is very slow. This is the only reason I actually put her as a A tier and not actually a S tier. Doesn't control fight instantly. It's actually, yeah, people can debate with me. Does she control the fight instantly? Because she's actually having pretty decent initial charge, to be fair. So yeah, this is what I can actually say. But anyway, this is an A tier hero for me. This is going to be my beautiful Medusa. And right now, we're going to jump to the S tiers, the best investments, the meta picks. Some hero, the first hero that I'm going to present you may actually shock you, to be fair. This is going to be Mozart. As you can see, Mozart is still not anywhere. Now, Mozart, why I put him here, is top for the arena. Okay, let me just also show you the Mozart. Obviously, it's going to be good when we're speaking. At level 40, oh my god, look at the spells. It's having first activation, second activation, and all further activations. Okay, so initial charge, oh my god, this is fast and furious here. Arena is top for the arena. Campaigning is very solid for the campaigning. Very solid for the treasure hunt. And so for the Tesla Storm, because this stun is... You know, when the Tesla is actually spawning the little guys that you have to kill, maybe in this case it's going to be very nice to have it, but why he's elite one? 2 seconds initial charge. This is the fastest manipulator right now in the game. From the legendary one. Now from the awakening you may get some, you know, ability charge, initial charge minus 2 seconds. And he's having initial charge, so basically the moment the battle starts he's going to trigger. I mean, there is no fast. This is the fastest dude in the game, let's say it like this. So yeah, 0 seconds, can go up to 0 seconds when you are actually awake this bad boy. But yeah, let's get back to Mozart. Repeating stun cycles, this is the other thing. This is permanent control. A regular charge is like 10 seconds. And you're doing a stance at level 40, which is for 2.25 seconds. A radius of 3 is very solid radius. So this is a very decent stun. So the moment the fight starts, he's not having any kind of initial charge. So this is immediately stun. After this, you're going to wait just maybe 7-8 seconds, and you're going to strike with the stun again, and it's like 2.25 seconds stun. Absolutely wow. That's why for me Mozart is a S tier right away. Now why this is so powerful, I don't think I have to explain. Oh yeah, also repeating stun cycles, this permanent control, and skills during the fight, because the activations that he's having, the first one, the second one is actually increasing the damage and the radius, the area. You know, the first one is may not actually have some big radius, but the third one, radius of 3, is a very solid one. That's why I believe Mozart is a monster. Now, why he's powerful? Control fights before damage actually starts. You can basically, again, with the awakening, at 2 times awakening, you're going to start from the beginning, basically. And it's actually denying the enemy gameplay. So yeah, the common mistake that people are doing with Mozart is ignoring the lower damage he's doing. It's looking like he's not actually doing anything, but that's not correct. This is a very solid hero. That's why this is the first S tier hero I can show you. Now from there we're jumping to the next S tier, and this is going to be Cleopatra. I don't think this actually surprised somebody that the Cleopatra is the next S tier, but yeah, it is what it is. So let's give our 2 cents for the Cleopatra. Let me just bring her on the screen. This little lady, the Cleopatra, that I was waiting to get her for so long. But anyway, now where she is good for the arena, this is one of the top heroes for the arena. Period. Treasure hunt, very solid for the treasure hunt. Campaigning also. And for Tesla Storm, I cannot say it's doing some crazy things for the Tesla Storm, but it's increasing the attack speed of the targets by 35% for like close to 4 seconds, 3.5 seconds. On the last level, it's actually increasing the attack speed by 35% for 5 seconds, increase attack of the target by 63 of her attack, and reduce defense of the target by 31. This is for the Tesla Storm. Obviously the mind control is what make her one of the best heroes. Mind controlled units attack their allies and their ability don't charge for the certain time. So it's not only that you're attacking your own people, but you're not regenerating charge. So when the mind control stop, you're able immediately to start striking with some spells. Which makes sense, because if they mind control you just before you actually fire up your spell, it's going to go unbalanced. So I agree with this approach. So yeah, this is the things: mind control, full fight control, buff plus debuff plus control combo, and breaking enemy team structure. This is why she's an elite hero. Mind control, buff plus debuff plus control combo, and breaking the enemy team structure. Now, why this is so powerful, it actually turns enemy strength into your advantage. If you see some hero that is crazy good, you can just mind control them and basically, turn him against his own people. That's why I strongly believe the Cleopatra actually is a S tier hero. And finally we're having the new hero that are present in Heroes of History Epic Empire, and this is it's a little hard for me, his name, but yeah, this is Myhairi. Now Myhairi is the next S tier at the end of the day. Now let me show you this this bad boy. So this is Myhairi. Oh my god, it's so hard to pronounce his name. Now let's talk about this bad boy. Myhairi, this is the best S tier right now in the game. Why? And first of all, where he is good. In the Tesla Storm, obviously, it's way better from, for the Tesla Storm. For the Arena, for Treasure Hunt, and for Campaigning. This hero is amazing. 37% damage taken is global multiplier. It's not only for the dots like with the previous heroes, is for everybody. Dots, a normal attack, all the damage the target is taken is increased by 37%. And 37% is crazy amount. Yo guys, this is crazy amount. I cannot how to explain it, but this is a crazy amount. So this is one of the main reasons that he's actually an S tier. I'm going to just show you. I get lucky and I actually summon this bad boy, by the way. So yeah, this is on level 40. He is working with every team. There is no restriction for this 27% damage taken that the target is taking from all sources. He's also doing some bleeding, but we don't care that much. And this is the fastest scaling impact, because he's having initial charge 2.8 seconds and regular charge 8 seconds. The other thing is that he's prioritizing heroes. He's prioritizing heroes, so it's not going to apply 27% more damage from all kind of sources to some troop on the field. So that's why it's actually looking absolutely amazing. And why this is actually broken? Because it's making all of your heroes stronger and end the fight faster. So if the enemy is a combo, that's a very solid one, but it's actually a waiting combo or scaling up combo, with this hero you're going to just destroy them way more faster, so they will not get their best value. And what I'm saying is something like, for example, Mozart. You may destroy this team way more faster, even though that the Mozart is also S tier. But yeah, for heroes that is having a scaling like Mozart, you basically have to have 3 activation till you get to final one, which is like range 3, stun for some 2.25, and 231 area damage. So he may not even be able to trigger his spell just because he's going to get destroyed by Myhairi. So yeah, guys, let me bring back the main screen. This is going to be for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you watch it more early as part of my members, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And everybody who wants to support my channel can become a member. Don't forget to hit one like and subscribe if you're interested in more Heroes of History Epic Empire content, gameplay, tier list, whatever. I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.